Hi, my name is Samantha Kaplan, and here is my video interview. I'm 19 years old and from San Francisco. I currently go to school at Bucknell University and I'm in Pennsylvania, and I'm a freshman. I have two sisters. My older sister Haley goes to Emory University, and my younger sister Madison is a sophomore in high school. Madison lives at home with my two parents, Megan and Sandy. The 5 words my mom would use to describe me are compassionate, funny, observant, friendly, and hardworking. I attended Walton's for 4 summers, and they were some of the best summers of my life. I made great friends and great memories that I will never forget. Walton's taught me to try new things, and I developed a sense of independence and adventure during my summers. After my 4 years at Walton's, I went on a 2-week wilderness ventures trip for 2 summers where I went rock climbing, backpacking, and whitewater kayaking. This past summer, I participated on a month-long NOLS course that emphasized leadership and outdoor skills. Also, throughout the years, I attended Stanford sports camps for swimming, water polo, and soccer. In addition to attending camps, I was also a counselor at VIA West, which is a camp for people with disabilities. At VIA West, I had 1 to 4 campers depending on the severity of their disability, and I spent the week with them playing sports, making arts and crafts, help with their nighttime care, personal hygiene, and mealtime help. I first started working with kids when I was in 6th grade, and I volunteered at my preschool summer camp. At the summer camp, I was an aide to the teacher, and I played with the kids, read them stories, and helped organize activities. A few years later, I began my career as a babysitter and babysat kids ranging from 5 to 12 years old. In high school, while working at VIA West, many of my campers were from 6 to 16 years old. Most recently, I've been helping my aunts and uncles watch over my cousins, and my cousins range from 2 to 14 years old. I believe that the major roles and responsibilities of a summer camp counselor are keeping the campers safe and also making sure that they have the best experience possible. As a counselor, it is important to recognize the needs of your campers and be available if any of them want to talk or if anything's on their mind. It is also important for counselors to encourage all their campers to try new activities because they may find a new passion of theirs. What characteristic would make me a good counselor? In high school, I went on a service trip to Mexico to work with recently deported immigrants. I witnessed firsthand the struggles that they go through, and this experience opened my eyes to the different challenges everyone goes through that may be different from my own. Because of this, I am more compassionate and understanding of others. Also, at VIA West, I saw people with disabilities find the joy in activities and camp life, which made me realize how important camp really is. At a camp like Walton's, this will help me recognize and support campers who are homesick, not fitting in, or having a bad day. As one of 3 girls, I'm the middle, I know the importance of setting your own path and not conforming. I never really wanted to do the same thing as my older sister, so at Walton's, I will encourage campers to choose activities that they find exciting and not do the other activities that girls in their cabin are doing. My last place of employment was VIA West. As I've talked about before, VIA West is a camp for people with disabilities, and they have people ranging from 6 years old to grown adults. While I was a counselor, I had 1 to 4 campers, and as their counselor, it was my responsibility to keep them safe and stay with them throughout the day. During the day, we rotated through activities of playing sports, making arts and crafts, cooking, hiking, etc. At night, the counselors rotated nightly and of sleeping in the bunks with the campers. On my night shift in the bunk, I would be on call throughout the night because some of the campers have different sleeping schedules or need help at certain hours of the night. VIA West was a great place to work, and they really do a great job at providing people with disabilities a memorable summer camp experience. A suggestion for VIA West, even though it was really great that VIA West allowed volunteers and counselors to work for how much time they wanted during the summer, because of that there was never really a tight-knit community amongst the counselors, and I think that community in the camp is really important and something I wish was there while I was working at VIA West. So to fix that, I think there should be a minimum amount of weeks that counselors are required to work, and I think that should happen so the counselors can really bond with one another. The things I find really important from my employer is that they provide a safe and comfortable camp atmosphere for me and also for the campers, and that they communicate clearly their expectations of my duties and responsibilities, as well as give me feedback on areas where I can improve. I also think it is important that my employer respects me as a counselor and also as a person. On my NOLS course, we spent 2 weeks whitewater kayaking and 2 weeks rock climbing. In addition to learning skills of kayaking and rock climbing, I learned outdoor skills such as how to put up a tent, how to cook in the outdoors, and how to dispose of waste properly. On my wilderness ventures trips, I learned the basics of backpacking and living in the outdoors. Through my years of attending Waltons, I tried new activities I don't think I normally would have, and those activities helped create a passion for the outdoors. I love getting outside and going on a hike or going to the beach. My time outside has really been a great time where I can disconnect from technology and really be present in the moment and appreciate everything around me. I spent a month away from my family without any communication during my NOLS course. This was challenging in the beginning, but the independence I developed and the friendships I made are something I really value. And I don't think either of those could have happened if I was talking with my parents or my family or my friends back at home. I also attend school on the opposite side of the country than where I live, so going home for weekends or for just random times has never really been an option. Even though I miss my home and my friends and my family, I have become really self-reliant and comfortable in new surroundings. A question I have for Waltons is, how do you decide which counselors work each activity? Is it based on preference or skill or a combination of the two? The number one reason I want to work at Waltons is because I want to have an opportunity to go back. The 4 summers I spent at Waltons were the most fun, most carefree, and most memorable summers of my life. I want to have the opportunity to live the camp life and being in the outdoors, doing fun new activities every day, and meeting new people. The counselors when I were a camper were all so awesome, and they all seemed like they were really great friends. I want to be a role model for the campers like my counselors were for me, and I also want to be able to create the friendships that I saw amongst the other counselors. During the rock climbing portion of my NOLS course, I learned how to climb, mock lead climb, tie knots, belay, and lead belay. I was belay certified through NOLS, and I feel very comfortable leading ropes courses, the climbing wall, and rappelling. I swam competitively for 9 years and played water polo for 4 years, and I consider myself a very strong swimmer. I plan on getting lifeguard certified this upcoming May. As a camper at Waltons, I did a lot of weaving, and I think with further instruction, I can help lead that activity. I also went to the 22 shooting range, and I think that I can also lead that activity with further instruction. I believe I will contribute to camp my enthusiasm towards summer camp and my love for the outdoors. I learned new skills and interests while attending Waltons, so I will encourage campers to try new things, even if it is outside of their comfort zone. I am very familiar with the Waltons program and the family, and I believe I would bring a lot of fun to the activities with campers and also help create a cohesive community amongst the counselors. Thank you for listening to my video. This is Samantha Kaplan.